I'm Sherry Hohertz. I'm the Access Services Librarian, and in today's video we are going to do a brief introduction to some of the library resources that we have available. To get started, open your browser and point it to www.udallas.edu. So from the main library website, we'll click on the library at the top. And then I want you to click on the Subject Guides tab. Subject guides are resources that have been put together by the librarians. We're going to click on Business. And here are a list of all of the business subject guides that we have available. For this video, we're going to click on the General Business Subject Guide. And you'll see here that we've broken down information on specialized databases, related general databases, journals, books, internet resources, and information on how to cite material. Let's click on Specialized Databases and look at the first one in that list, ABI ProQuest. ABI is the largest business database. It dates back to 1967. It indexes about 3,200 different periodicals. It also contains reports from things like Hoover's industry reports, dissertations and theses, Harvard business cases, and Harvard business information. From this first search screen, we'll just enter a quick search. I'm going to look for information on leadership styles. You'll see that once I start typing, it's going to give me suggestions. You can certainly select a suggestion from the list, or you can continue typing out one of your own. So I'm going to enter that search and click the search button. And you can see here, just from doing that search, I found 161,000 results just on leadership styles. So that's a few too many. We'll want to narrow our search. So we can enter additional search terms here in the search box at the top. So I'm going to look for leadership styles and conflict resolution. And click the search button. And now I've narrowed it down to 9,000 results, which is better, still a few too many. One other thing that I want to point out is here over on the right-hand side under source type. I would encourage you to limit it to scholarly journals. Scholarly journals, you'll also see them called peer-reviewed journals, are journals that are published by major publishers within the field. Also, journals that go through a peer review process. So the articles are approved by a group of subject specialists before they are published. You can see here, once I narrow that down to my scholarly journals, I'm down to 5,856 results. Still a few too many. You can certainly go through and add more subject terms if necessary. You will see that ABI is a full text database. The full text PDF is going to be right there available for you. I can click that and it will open up for you. You can print it out from here. Email it to yourself whenever you feel like it's necessary. Point being that you do not have to come into the library to make a photocopy of that. You'll also see that in ABI there are high-resolution photos, charts, graphs, etc. that are contained in the articles. You may certainly use those, download them. Okay. Let's say that the first 3 or 4 I have decided I want to use for my research. I can click that box to the left-hand side. Up at the top now I have a link that says for selected items right there. I can click that link. And from here I have the option of emailing them, of printing them, of exporting them if you would like. Students' favorite, I have the option to cite them. I can click that cite button. select my citation style. You can see that many citation styles are given. Select the one that I would like to use, and then you may copy and paste these perfectly formatted citations into your bibliography. Okay. If I go back to my search results, you can see that there are some in here that are not full text. It will just give you a link for the citation and abstract. One service that is provided by the library, if I click into there, you will see there's a link to the local Iliad server. Iliad is our interlibrary loan system. If there is an article or a book that is not available in the database or in the library, you may order that from Interlibrary Loan. It is a free service that is provided. Once you click that, you'll be prompted to log into the Interlibrary Loan system. If you are a first-time user, you will click there to register. Once you sign up for your account, you can log in and request that item via Interlibrary Loan. For articles, we usually say that that article is delivered to your email inbox within 3 to 5 business days. If it is a book, it takes a little longer. It will have to be sent to our library for you to pick up. We usually say 7 to 10 business days. Okay. Back to my results. If you are looking, if you have found a perfect article for your research, a good place to look for additional information is in their reference list. ABI will give you that reference list there. It says references. You can click that link and it will bring up all of the articles that are contained within their bibliography. If the items are available in the database within ABI, it will give you a link to that full text as well. Okay. One other thing that I want to point out about ABI Inform is up here at the top, there's a link that says publications. There are a few major publications that are contained within ABI Inform. One of them is the Wall Street Journal. ABI Inform is updated every 2 hours. So these are the most current issues of the Wall Street Journal. We have it 1984 to the present in full text. You may click the title, come down, and select the current issue. There's today's issue, and you may read the full text online. All right, I'm going to click out of ABI, go back to my subject guide. The next database that we're going to look at is Business Source Complete. Similar to ABI, Business Source has some features that are different from ABI. Business Source is older. It dates back to 1922. Business Source has more of those scholarly journals that we talked about. Business Source also contains some major publications like the Financial Times, the Academy of Management Review, Harvard Business Review. Those are all full text within Business Source Complete. So we're going to enter our same search that we did within ABI. So leadership styles and conflict resolution. We're going to limit it to only those scholarly and peer-reviewed journals. You do have the option of limiting to other types as well. You can limit it to academic journals here. You can limit it to a specific date range. You may limit it to a specific language of publication. So now I'm going to click my search button. And you can see that I found 148 results. Certainly less than I found in ABI, but definitely different from the results that you would find in ABI. Again, Business Source is a full text database. The PDF is available for you right there. It also gives you those high resolution graphics if you would like to download those. Within Business Source, you can add items to a folder. And then on the right-hand side, you're going to have an orange box now that says Folder has items. If you go to the folder view, from here, this is where you have the option of printing them, emailing them, saving them, or exporting them. You must click the Select or Deselect All button there. And then from here, you may print, email, save. If you print, email, or save, you again have the option of specifying your citation format. I can select APA from that list, click email or save, and again, here are those references perfectly formatted that you may copy and paste into your bibliography. Okay. Business Source Complete has a very nice feature allowing you to sign in at the very top. Once you create a new account, you may log in. From here, you can save citations, you can make notes to yourself, you can save searches. So if you go and you do 30 minutes of research today, when you come back tomorrow, those citations will be saved and you will not have to repeat the 30 minutes of research that you did. I'm going to click out of Business Source and go back to my subject guide. The last thing that I want to show you is over on the Books tab. And it's Books 24/7. Books 24/7 is a database of about 10,000 books that are specifically on business. These are full text books. You can search by title, author, or subject. If I want to do a search on leadership styles, you may do your search. It's going to bring up a list of books. You may click on that and read the entire book here online. Again, these are about 10,000 books that are on different topics within business. Other things include finance, accounting, project management, leadership, marketing, management, those sorts of things. All right, I'm going to click on that and go back to my subject guide. On the Home tab of all business subject guides is my contact information. Here's my phone number, my email. You may send me an email. I'm in the office Monday through Friday from 9 to 6. If I'm at my desk, this chat button right here will be green. You may do a real-time chat with me and I'll be glad to help you in real time. I hope that you have a better understanding now of finding resources within the business databases that we have available through the library. Should you have any questions, feel free to contact me.